Hi there, Pisces. Welcome to your mid-April 2024 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Okay, you're going to have to forgive me because I don't use ring lights. I've never used a ring light in my life, and I don't know how better that makes videos at nighttime. But I do have a lamp on in this room, but I noticed it seemed like it was kind of shimmering a little bit, which can happen in low light conditions. So we will see. And this is full disclosure. I set out a few cards, but they were all reversed. And when I looked at the bottom of the deck, sure enough, I had picked up the deck upside down. So my rule is I start over again when I get like more than a couple of cards in a row that are upside down, because I do read reversed cards. So I'm not going to read every card being reversed, though, because that sometimes there's user error. And this is certainly one of the cases. Oh my gosh, you sure are getting a lot of Major Arcana cards. What is up with that? See, here's a reversed card. Okay. Let me pick a clarification card. In general, I don't want to end with certain cards because they don't really tell the whole story. Okay. Here we go. Alrighty. Maybe I'll even pick one more card to give full understanding. Okay. So the Heart of the Matter is a card that is connected to Pisces, the moon card. Even though in astrology it rules Cancer, but both of those are water signs. The moon card can indicate increased creativity. Maybe it's even a timing card. We have a full moon in Scorpio that is coming up in, let's see, what date is this? The 12th, in 11 days from now. But it could be speaking about the eclipse even. It could be speaking about the issues that surround the moon card, which have to do with deception, insanity, addiction. On the positive side, creativity and intuition. In general, it can be if you feel like, let me look at the past position. We have the Six of Swords. I think those are swords. Yeah, those are swords. So Six of Swords is a card of leaving behind strife and choosing peace. Now, this may be a work in progress depending on your life situation. And the moon card could simply mean that there's something going on in your life that requires you to let go of some kind of issues that are maybe on the domestic side of life. Because the moon card in relationships can be when you feel like there's something happening and you don't know what it is. Like someone is not being straight with you. It can be a crazy making type of feeling because they may be telling you half-truths. And Pisces, out of all the signs, wants to believe what people tell them. Part of that is your love of fantasy, your love of escapism. Anything that can take you from the real into the unreal is right up your alley. But of course, there's a healthy way to do that, and then there is, believing people's lies and all of that. But I think that this card can also be about maybe choosing meditation or some kind of spiritual practice that perhaps you abandoned because you were involved in a stressful situation. For those Pisces people who want to work in a creative or like an artistic or like a healing type of arts, these are areas that you excel in, but you don't necessarily choose those because maybe you feel like they're not going to be viable for that kind of thing. You don't take yourself seriously enough. The higher message is the Emperor, which is about taking charge of your life, getting your house in order. And what that means is that anything that you endeavor to do, that you can do, but you have to take yourself seriously and organize your life in a way that you will make it happen. What crosses you is a high priestess. And I remember having read that sometimes Pisces people will, this is a card of like the person who is like the psychic. You've seen the traditional Rider-Waite image of the high priestess. It's really like your higher self. And sometimes Pisces people kind of shun that because either you have had like scary experiences with the supernatural, and if any of you have had that, please let me know, because I would love to hear your stories. Sometimes I say things and I think, is this really true for the person I'm saying it towards? I just imagine it would be. But sometimes Pisces people fear losing control based on these strange experiences that maybe other people kind of give you crap about and try to make you think that there's something wrong with you for having those experiences, when there's nothing wrong with you. As a matter of fact, it's a sign that you have heightened psychic ability, but sometimes it may feel out of control or a little bit frightening if it's not the most pleasant thing. I'm sure that there have been some people that have seen apparitions and they don't really like what they're seeing, so I can understand that. What's coming in is the Devil card. This card is connected to Capricorn, and really it's about looking at what it is in life that has you controlled by something or someone who maybe that may be, or who may be not acting in your best interest. So for instance, the Devil card can be any temptation that is based on lust or greed. So how that would translate is staying in a relationship with someone for the wrong reasons, because they have money, because you're physically addicted to them. And the other aspect of the relationship might be hellacious, but you feel this sense of being drawn to that person. And it just feels like really hard to break off. Sometimes I see the devil as a narcissistic individual. This is right under this Six of Swords, which is such a card of maybe somebody who has been dealing with a lot of a lot of drama in a relationship or some kind of like workplace situation. And it's like, what is it worth? Is it really worth making a lot of money and then feeling like, you're not, you're overly stressed, you don't have enough time to pursue your other interests, or just to have downtime, even if you're not doing a damn thing, but just to have that downtime? Is it really worth it? Because I would think that it wouldn't be worth your peace of mind. So, and the same thing goes for a person. Okay, so the outcome card that I got, I couldn't really see what the card, I thought it could be like I don't know, like Seven of Swords, but it's actually the Four of Swords. And I got this in the reverse position. So in the outcome card, this can be like, and I associate it with the Hermit card actually in the Major Arcana, but this is a card in the upright position of being contemplative, being somebody who is kind of taking space away from their everyday life to either not think or to really kind of um, rest their mind in away from the normal things that consume their mind. So really like kind of that could be meditation, but also like on the physical level, restoration. But this is in the reverse position. So you do have some cards around the issue of spirituality, but it might be that you're not really, even the Hermit card is reversed. So you have these spiritual cards, but you can't seem to, it can't break through to you for some reason. So my additional cards here, I got the Three of Swords. That's why I kept picking cards, because I was like, no, I'm not going to end on the Three of Swords either. And this is a card of, it could be like a three-party situation. It could be, and with that, I would say if you're involved in anything like that, it doesn't mean that you're cheating on your partner. You may be single and you're with somebody who's married who's promising to leave that relationship, but they're not telling you everything. They're telling you only what you want to hear. And maybe with the High Priestess, you're kind of turning your back on your intuition. Maybe you've caught this person in lies, or they've contradicted certain things that they said before. The Three of Swords can be indicative of a lover's triangle. But it can also be feeling rejected, which means that you may sense that this other person is not going to leave their spouse, no matter what they tell you. They might be very selective in what they tell you. So picking an additional card, and this is, I have to read this in the reversed way. This is the Hermit card. So the Hermit card in the upright position, by the way, I think this is hilarious to show the Hermit, because as a tortoise, or as a turtle, because that idea of the shell being kind of like the what do they call the monk's cell, where they kind of hide away from the world. So in the upright position, the Hermit card is about soul searching. In the reverse position, one of my books calls this spurning wisdom. Meaning, and that's what I'm saying, I mean, about the High Priestess. I see the Hermit and the High Priestess as the male-female counterparts of mysticism, of, kind of keeping yourselves apart from the world. And with the Hermit, it really does connect with Pisces in the 12th house. It is connected to the sign of Virgo for whatever reason, but I think of it in terms of the 12th house, which Pisces rules in astrology, of being solitude. And this is in the upright position. The Hermit card can be about, contemplation. The whole idea of contemplation isn't to just like navel gaze. That's not what it's all about. It's about, staying away from the masses and from the noise of the world to hear your own, hear the wisdom of your own soul. But you can't do that when you're with other people, because people are always imposing their own ideas on others and that kind of thing. So it doesn't work that way, So that's why I think there is some interesting something going on here that's very interesting. And then we also have the Father of Wands, which is the King of Wands, and this is about stepping into your own power, which is ultimately, I got like a very similar message. I don't know if it was for your opposite sign of Virgo, but it's really what happens when we get into situations, and by the way, this can even be in the workplace too, where like the Three of Wands can be like getting passed over for a promotion, and it's very easy to get sucked into this kind of like a trap of thinking, okay, maybe I'll get maybe next year I'll get the promotion, where you're just dependent on this outer thing to give you what you want, and that it would never occur to you to take independent action. So you don't want to get into this trap of, even if there's somebody that you care for, that you feel like you're meant to be with, if they are with someone else, first of all, you have to question, are they trustworthy? If they are stepping out on their partner, though, they might tell you that, they're not even really with that person. They're just kind of sharing the same house until they get divorced. Sometimes people say these things, but is it really true? And how long do you have to wait? And at a certain point, the King of Wands is about, you know what? I'm going to create my reality. I'm not going to wait for somebody to, string me along and keep me kind of like in no man's land where I can't move forward and I can't control what they do. So it's really about being the captain of your own ship, ultimately. Okay, Pisces, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, please click on the link below. And I have astrology readings. I do private tarot readings, do package deals where I combine these things. Actually, I have one that's called the Whole Enchilada. That's a full-length tarot reading with full-length natal chart interpretation and full-length transits for the next 12 months for a special price. So find out about all of those readings at the link below. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.